Hello guys, today is Thursday, getting through the week here. So today what we're going to do is we're going to have another ninja video. It's going to be called Pricing Strategy, Absorption Rate. Sounds kind of complicated, but actually it will be great for you to learn how to do this, so that way if you have any type of investors, that's exactly what they're going to want to know, and your sellers are going to know too. So here is the ninja video for pricing strategy.
Hello and welcome to the Ninja Path. My name is Larry Kendall. I'll be your guide for this ninja lesson, and our lesson today is on pricing strategy, specifically a strategy called absorption rate value positioning. It's a very simple and yet very powerful strategy, and it demonstrates how you add value to a seller. We've provided you with a detailed tutorial in your handouts on this one. And I'd like to walk you through the basics. First of all, in our pricing dialogue, we will say to a seller, our goal is to help get you to San Diego by April the 1st. Would you like to see your odds? And I love to ask if they'd like to see their odds because, first of all, they're surprised that we have odds. And secondly, they're really curious to see them. And so this is where absorption rate positioning comes into play. Let's say that you go to your MLS and you do a search in their neighborhood and you ask the computer, how many homes sold in the last year? And the answer is that there were 25 homes sold in the last 12 months. Well, what that is that's an average sales rate of about 2 per month. So then what you do is you look at the computer and you ask this question, how many homes are currently for sale in this neighborhood? And the answer is 17. Plus, you're going to put this house on the market, so there will now be 18 houses for sale in this neighborhood, 18 choices for a buyer. Well, what that means is our absorption time now is 9 months. They're selling at the rate of 2 a month. There's 18 for sale. If you divide the 2 and the 18, it'll take 9 months to sell these homes. The next step is to point out to the seller, your odds of having a contract in the next month is 2 out of 18, which is 11.1%. Now, my experience at this point, the seller starts to have an internal dialogue, and there's 2 concerns that come up for them. Number one, they panic a little bit. They're surprised that their odds of selling are only 11.1%. The second thing that tends to come up for them is they think maybe this is some sort of setup to try to get them to drop their price. That to compete, we're going to have the lowest price. At this point, one way to help them become more comfortable is you make 2 key points. Key point number 1 is that, most buyers don't buy strictly on price. They buy based on value. And value is the relationship of price and certain quality factors of the property. And so we're going to take a look at those factors. We're going to take a look at value, not just price. Secondly, our goal is to help you with what we call a value positioning strategy that increases your odds of selling from 11.1% to potentially 100%. Would you like to see how it works? I've never had a seller say no. They're now on the edge of their seat. They wonder, how are you going to pull this rabbit out of the hat and take them from 11% chance of sale to 100%? Well, here's the strategy. Let me ask you this. You're looking at those 18 properties on your MLS. Based upon the MLS information and the remarks on those properties, would you be able to identify the 6 best properties, the top third, say? Of course you can. And you know what? Sellers can too. They go online, they can take a look at the photos, the information, and they can identify the top properties, the top 6 properties. That's what your goal is next. Let's take a look, and let's not compete with the 18 properties. Let's figure out what we have to do to compete with the 6 best properties. And so we're going to take a look at those properties in the context of the 5 components of value. Number 1 is condition. Number 2 is location. Number 3 is the size, which is both the size of the home as well as the lot. Number 4 is features and amenities. And number 5 is price. We're going to take a look at those 5 and identify the 6 best homes. What we want to do is be able to compete with those homes, realizing that there's only 2 homes a month that are selling. But you know what? If we can be in the top 6, 2 of those are going to sell. So we have a 33% odds of selling in the next month. If we can be competitive and be one of the 4 best homes, 2 of those 4 are going to sell. Our odds now go up to 50%. What happens when we're able to position the seller's home to be one of the best 2 in that neighborhood. Pack your bags, you're moving. There's a 100% odds that your home will sell in the next month. This is amazing that we can take a situation where the seller has an 11% odds of selling up to potentially 100%. There's one more step, however. We analyze that market on a yearly basis. What we need to do now is take a look and see if that market is seasonal. A lot of markets are seasonal, so let's do it this way. Let's do our research again. This time, though, we asked the MLS how many homes sold in the last 3 months. And what we discovered is only 3. This is a slower time of the year. They're only selling at the rate of 1 a month. Well, there's still 18 properties available. But if they're only selling at 1 a month, then now the absorption time is 18 months, 1 in 18. And our odds of selling is 1 in 18 also, which is 5.55%. Unfortunately, because of the slow market at this time of the year, the seller's odds have dropped in half from 11% to 5.5%. Again, we'll go through and take a look at those 18 properties. Now we have to identify the 3 best properties. We take a look at condition, location, size, features, amenities, and price, and identify the 3 best homes. Now, if we can become one of the top 3 best homes, we have a 33% chance. If we could be in the top 2, one of those is going to sell, we have a 50% chance. To get to 100%, we have to become now the 1. We have to be the 1 property that is so compelling when we look at those 5 components of value that it's the 1 the buyer will buy next. If we can do that, we can be 100% odds of selling. Again, absorption rate positioning is a very simple, very powerful strategy, and it demonstrates your value. I encourage you to read the tutorial in your handouts for more information, and then to practice it with a partner. What we know is this: TSW, the system works. If you work the system will work for you. Thanks for joining us.
So the video was great. That will be our Ninja series for this week. Hopefully there'll be 2 new videos for next week, if possible. A couple of things I wanted to go over was why you're quarantined. Do some CE credits. Look at how many credits you might need. Go in and you can go online, CE shop, or you can go to successrealestateschool.com and you can get your CE credits. So you might want to check those. And get signed up for that. Another thing is just keeping up with your social media posts. I know there's a lot of you out there that are really big on social media, and we'll probably do that anyways, but maybe for some of the newer people, this might be a good time to get in a habit of doing your social media. Do maybe Facebook one day, if you have an Instagram account, another day in the week, that kind of thing. So just kind of keep up with your social media, and then hopefully we can use some of the strategies that we learned in Ninja today eventually. But again, get out there, keep doing it. There's people still wanting to buy and sell. Have a great Thursday.